Hey, what is up, you guys? Reversal here, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Go. I am over the moon by this news that is happening on Pokemon Go. I don't know if you guys understand this, but this is a feature that was not supposed to come in Pokemon Go, or this is an update that wasn't supposed to come to Pokemon Go for like 2, 3, or even 4 years from now, and it's already going to be here. It reads, trainers, exciting news. The Alolan forms of Pokemon originally discovered in the Kanto region are coming soon to Pokemon Go. If you're not familiar with the actual Pokemon games, this is not going to mean a lot to you, but I'm going to give you some background information and talk all about the stuff that you need to take into consideration with this update, because this is absolutely massive. This is the most unexpected update to have ever hit Pokemon Go, and it will most likely be the most unexpected update we will ever have in the history of Pokemon Go. I'm just calling it right now, period. The Alolan forms of Pokemon in the Kanto region, Generation 1, was a update to Pokemon being introduced in Generation 7 in the main games of Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. There were a bunch of Pokemon right here in the silhouette that got a little bit of a change in their looks, but also in their typing, and it is just such a silly thing, and for them to come to Pokemon Go already is just major news. It's unbelievable, and I'm just gonna jump right into it. Trainers, sunny days are had. Whether your forecast calls for rain or shine, we're celebrating all around the world by introducing some special Pokemon from the tropical Alola region to Pokemon Go. Get ready for some of the Pokemon originally discovered in the Kanto region to appear in their Alolan forms. These unique variants were first seen in the Pokemon Sun and Moon video games, and they will make their way to Pokemon Go in the coming weeks. Keep your eye out for news related to this exciting change, and don't forget to tell your friends. Stay safe and happy exploring. I'm gonna share all of them. I just want to say, Niantic, you honestly have outdone yourselves with this. Like, literally no one saw this coming. This is so massive. This is absolutely massive. Yeah, I'm going to obviously make a bunch of content around this, so if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for Pokemon Go content in general. And if you're excited for this update, tell me in the comments below, what is your favorite Alolan Pokemon, and why is it your favorite? Anyway, I brought up a list of Alolan Pokemon with some of their background, so that way you guys are informed about some of the things you might want to be taking into consideration. I'm going to be talking about potential CPs of these Pokemon in the future as well, so make sure you stay tuned for an episode on that as well. But yeah, a lot of Pokemon have changed in terms of looks as well. So take a look at Diglett over here. Diglett over here, normal Diglett, as you guys already know, but Alolan Diglett has a little bit of a sprout on top of his hat, making it a little bit different. It got some different abilities, but the abilities are not there in Pokemon Go. But it does get the Steel type added in the Pokemon game. And the same thing will happen to Pokemon Go. Diglett in the Alola region developed strong metallic whiskers to help them survive the harsh volcanic environments they reside in. The whiskers enable them to scan the area without having to expose their faces above the ground, and also reveal their mood. So that is Alolan Diglett. Alolan Dugtrio has a wig. On all 3 of the hats of Dugtrio, it wears a wig. It's incredibly silly. I cannot wait to see this one popping up in every single gym in Pokemon Go. Once again, still has the Steel type, so it's going to be a grounded Steel type. Steel type being incredibly powerful as a typing. One of the top 3 types in the game, in my personal opinion. The stylish Dugtrio are revered as an incarnation of the god of the land in Alola. Don't let their luscious looks fool you. They are so shiny because they are very hard and strong. It's strictly prohibited to remove Dugtrio's whiskers from Alola, and many tourists come back to Alola to return them after, I don't know how to pronounce this name, receiving divine punishment for taking them. So that's Dugtrio. When this came out, so many memes arise of Alolan Dugtrio. It's actually quite funny. Alolan Grimer, take a look at how awesome it looks. All green and stuff. It actually has a really interesting story when it comes down to it. Actually gets the dark type added on top of that as well. Very interesting combination here. Grimer were imported from other regions to help the Alola region deal with its garbage problem. After feeding from this exotic new garbage, Alolan Grimer came to be. Residual toxins from the garbage, it feasts on hardened into crystal which resemble teeth. You cannot really see it, but over here you got two little tooth just sticking out there. Teeth, tooth. Alolan Muck, this one just looks crazy, man. Look at the, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here, but look how crazy this one looks. I cannot wait what they actually look like in the game as well. Once again, the dark type over here. Alolan Muck are absolutely covered with crystal-like toxins, which both are wielded as weapons and easily knocked loose, making them extremely dangerous. Because Alolan Grimer and Alolan Muck store their toxins within these crystals, they don't emit unpleasant odors like Grimer and Muck form in the other regions. So they're smelly free. They're smelly free. Then we're gonna be moving on to one of my favorites, Alolan Geodude. It loses its ground typing, but in return gets the rock ability as well. And that is an extremely strong combo, which we'll dive into in a different episode as well. But Alolan Geodude are made of the naturally occurring magnetic stone, causing peculiar black iron sand to stick to it on particular magnetic areas of its body. If you accidentally step on one, you may get a shock, so be very careful if you're walking around in Pokemon Go. You might end up getting shocked because of that Alolan Geodude you'll end up finding. Alolan Graveler, you see the difference. Instead of it having fingers, it actually has like a little bit of a, I don't know, like a mitten, I guess. Also rock and electric type. It says over here, Alolan Graveler prefers to eat Dravite, an orange colored mineral that forms crystals on the surface of its body. Sometimes they fight over these minerals, and clash of their bodies can create bright mini explosions. And then Alolan Golem, I don't know, I don't need to say much here, but it looks pretty darn epic. It looks really awesome. I just love the way it looks with the mustache and the beard and everything like that. By the time it's evolved into Alolan Golem, an impressive amount of iron and graphite has accumulated on its body. It fires rock from its back charged with electricity. Sometimes it may even use nearby Geodude as ammunition. So it might just pop up some Geodude up there and just destroy everything in its path. Sorry if whatever I'm reading, like if I'm stumbling or stuttering, it's just I'm so excited. My heart is literally racing 100 miles an hour right now because I'm so excited for this change coming to Pokemon Go. This is something that will genuinely get a bunch of people back to Pokemon Go, and it's just so exciting as a whole. I cannot wait to see. This is something that we didn't see coming. Like, this is just something that wasn't supposed to be in Pokemon Go for the longest time, and it's gonna be here. I cannot believe it, honestly. Alolan Rattata actually looks really cool. I love the way it looks, the dark color and everything like that. It gets the dark form, of course, as well. Alolan Rattata have dastardly mustaches detonating their new dark typing. Rattata were considered such a nuisance by the people of Alola that young Goose were brought in to control their population. It's actually kind of dark. There are some theories about that. I recommend you look it up if you care for the lore of Pokemon in general. To counter the young Goose, Alolan Rattata became nocturnal and moved into urban areas, prompting its changed form. So these Rattatas were just driven into a corner, and they actually turned dark as a result of that. It's such a cool little story background. And then Alolan Rattata, love the way it looks. Looks like a fat cat, if anything. Alolan Raticate have access to much higher calorie food within its urban habitat, causing them to be heftier and lazier than its Kanto counterparts. Because they only eat the most delicious and fresh food, some restaurants rely on an Alolan Raticate's taste buds when choosing ingredients and new dishes. So they actually provide a service to the Alolan restaurant owners or chefs. The next up we got Alolan Raichu. Now this one looks really awesome. It's kind of riding on it still. It becomes psychic as a result of that. That's insane. It becomes a psychic Pokemon. Raichu becomes psychic. Now, I'm not really sure how Alolan Raichu is going to be a thing in Pokemon Go, because there's no Alolan Pikachu. So I'm really curious if you just find it in the wild, but we'll jump into that like at some later point down the road. These Alolan Raichu can gather their psychic power in their tails and ride on them, just like a surfboard in the air. No one knows why Raichu changed his form in Alola, but the people believe it's because it ate too many sweet pancakes. Just, making it psychic. Eat a bunch of pancakes, you become psychic. His new ability, Surge Surfer, doubles Alolan's Raichu's speed when on electric terrain. And honestly, such an unfortunate thing that speed is already taken into account in Pokemon Go. Once again, Alolan Marowak. Now this one looks amazing. This one looks so cool. Its bone is emitting like light blue, light green flames. The way it looks is epic. The little like symbol on top of his head. It's turning into a ghost fire completely from the ground type. Just unbalance it and becomes a ghost fire type. A unique typing, a typing we don't have right now in Pokemon Go. So that's really exciting on itself already. With as many grass type Pokemon as there are in Alola, the region was a harsh place for the ground type Pokemon. To adapt, Marowak formed strong bonds with their partners, which allowed them to gain a sixth sense and change into its new fire type, ghost type Pokemon. Which is actually kind of interesting when you think about it, and also that might be the reason why Geodude ended up losing its ground type as well. Still has its rock type though, but yeah. Alolan Meowth. Now this one is so cute. It is so cute. It's adorable. It's a dark type. It turned completely dark. Meowth were originally gifted to the royal family in Alola. Because they were tempered and spoiled, they developed a selfish and prideful attitude. You can actually really see that very smug look that Meowth has, changing them from a normal type into a dark type. After the monarchy was destroyed, the ones where Alolan Meowth were set loose and became common within the region. So it used to be really exclusive, and then they obviously, got more and more. Alolan Persian. Actually, I think it looks really silly as well. Anyway, dark type as well. Alolan Persian's round face is a sign of wealth in the Alola region. Tourists must undergo strict inspections before they are permitted to take one of those Pokemon home. Alolan Persian are the embodiment of narcissism. They consider themselves the very best, above all, like no one ever was, and almost will never grow attached to its trainer. Despite this, because of its beauty, it continues to be popular in the Alola region. The next up is the craziest change out of all of them. It is actually very fitting that the Team Rocket Howdout team is playing right now. Alolan Executor gets an incredibly long neck that could potentially, when bugged, could, not be seen in Pokemon Go. And also becomes a dragon type for whatever reason. That was the weirdest change. And also on its tail, it gains a head as well, in case you guys didn't know. This is actually a head, not a seed. It goes from Grass Psychic into Grass Dragon, which is also a unique type in which we don't have in Pokemon Go right now. Executor, originally from Kanto, is usually a Grass Psychic type Pokemon. In Alola, this Pokemon is a Grass Dragon type that appears to be a very tall palm tree. Alola's strong sunlight caused this change in Executor, which includes the addition of a fourth head on its tail. So it doesn't really truly say as much as the other Pokemon as to why this happened to Executor. But you guys can tell me in the comments down below why this change has actually occurred. There's a lot of theories behind this. It's pretty interesting. Next up is really a cool one. We got Alolan Vulpix. Vulpix turning into this one. It's an absolutely beautiful Pokemon. Turns from fire into an ice type. Also, Vulpix was brought to the Alola with humans. Originally a fire type, Vulpix adapted to the snowy climate of Great Mountain peaks in Alola by becoming an ice type Pokemon. It traveled to these high mountains as to not invade the natural habitat of native Pokemon. So it's a very considerate Pokemon, that's one thing for sure. And then Alolan Ninetales, just look at the way it just majestically waves its tail and its hair up in the air like that. It's just so awesome. From a fire type to an ice fairy type. Another unique combo that we don't have in Pokemon Go right now. Gonna be interesting to see how that's gonna be in the meta in Pokemon Go. Once again, I'll make a video in the future regarding CP and what you guys need to take into consideration in regards to any of these Pokemon right here. This Pokemon evolves from Alolan Vulpix and lives on a holy mountain. Though generally a gentle Pokemon that will help others, it won't hold back if anyone damages its holy territory. Then, Alolan Sandshrew it just looks really cool. I really like the way it looks. It is kind of silly, but it looks really cool. It becomes an Ice and Steel type Pokemon. Once again from the ground. Ground really isn't there in Alola. Ice and Steel type right here. This heavy mouse Pokemon is unable to curl into the type ball like its Kanto ground type counterpart. Volcanoes near deserts on Alola drove it to inhabit its new snowy climate, which initiated its icy change. And then Sandslash, it looks so cool. Sandslash looks so epic. Also, Ice Steel type. The evolution of Alolan Sandshrew lives deep in the snowy mountains where people are barred from without permission due to the likelihood of becoming stranded. Many photographers wish to take the journey because the sight of snow being kicked up by Alolan Sandslash is incredibly beautiful. Its spikes are permanently covered in ice, creating large icicle-like spines on its back. And that's it. Those are the Alolan Pokemon which are coming to Pokemon Go. We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 brand new Pokemon coming to Pokemon Go. And all these Pokemon can be considered brand new Pokemon in the game. They're completely different from their Kanto counterparts. And it's incredibly exciting to see how they're going to be holding up in Pokemon Go. Really curious about some of these changes. Make sure you share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And I'll be sure to be on the lookout for the actual changes in the game from the actual game. Like, there obviously has some statistics to them as well, which are different from their Kanto counterparts. And see how well they're going to be changing into Pokemon Go. So yeah, that's it for me for now. It will be coming to Pokemon Go soon. But we have no idea when exactly that is going to be happening. I'm suspecting like within this week maybe. Maybe for Adventure Week. That'd be incredibly epic as well. Anyway, that's it for me. That's it for me for now. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And this has been Reverse for Pokemon Go. I'm going to be signing off. And I'll see you guys in the next one.